have a fun little project for you guys today, but I want to update you guys on a few things that are happening in the garden, some things that are not happening. So I figure I'll use, you know, while I put this little floral display like with the little vase here together, that I can just update you on all of those things, and hopefully we can catch up or where we were. I know that sometimes you guys have questions about things that I have done, things that are happening, and I cannot just make one video for all of that. I found this guy, I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. I found it at Home Goods on the clearance aisle. I paid like $10 for this thing. This thing is heavy and it holds, it's going to hold water nicely. And I went, you guys, my lilacs are at their peak right now. They're blooming. They are absolutely amazing, and the fragrance of them is intense. If you guys don't have any lilacs in your garden, you definitely need to get yourself a couple of shrubs because they are amazing, and there are tons to choose from. I do have a nice hedge going right now of my lilacs. They are Korean lilacs, and they're absolutely beautiful, and like I say, they are amazing as far as the fragrance go. And I really like how the tiny leaves are like very petite. They're not like really big leafy shrubs, and I really like that because for the rest of the year when they are not in bloom, they just provide that nice texture on the background for all of the things. I am also going to be grabbing, I don't have them here, but I'm also going to be grabbing some Bridal Wreath Pyria. They're also blooming. The mosquitoes are like already out. My Bridal Wreath Pyria is, you guys, it is absolutely amazing. It's very cool the way that it looks right now with the branches just kind of cascading around. They are absolutely a beautiful shrub, and I got those things very tiny, you guys. They take a bit to get big, but once they're established, they also do take pruning really nicely. And I feel like between the lilacs and the Bridal Wreath Pyrias, I feel like at this time of the year I'm in heaven. And I actually have one right behind me that it's just amazing. But I do have to keep them pruned after they bloom. I will have to keep them pruned because otherwise they would just get really messy looking. And I just keep them nice and fit where they need to be. So I'm going to grab some of those here in a minute, but first let me show you how I'm going to put these guys together. This is regular chicken wire. I don't know where we bought it from, probably Home Depot. My husband was going to throw it away a couple of weeks ago, but my gosh, this is the perfect material for making these kinds of floral displays. And I'll show you. Let me grab the nice end. It's probably good. I am going to cut a piece that I can fold 2 or 3 times for the container that I have. It rained last night, so it is so humid right about now. It is early in the morning, the sun is not out, but it is so humid, like you can see my hair. So once I have like a nice chunk, I just kind of fold it so that it fits the bottom of my container. Oh, that's nice right there. The idea is to keep this so that it is not just moving around the container, where if you try to get it out, it's just going to be a little bit of a resistance. At least that's what the professionals do and say. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, so normally what I was using last year, I got this floral tape. I can't find it, so I'm going to use some regular tape. That it's probably my husband's. You know, sometimes you just work with what you have, and I don't really want the tape to show, so I'm just going to try to keep it. Let me show you on this side. Once the stems are nicely fitting here, they're going to create a nice resistance. So the tape, I feel like it helps. I think this is good. Like I said, sometimes people don't even use the tape. This is just like an extra. I think that's plenty of water that I'm going to keep here. Isn't this beautiful? I think it's gorgeous. All right, let me grab some Bridal Wreath Pyria branches, and then I'll see you here in a minute. That one up there is just beautiful. Okay, so now that I have this, I am going to start with these guys. They look so lovely. Oh, isn't that amazing, you guys? Look at that. These are the perfect branches if you want to make some sort of cascading effect. There we go. Nice. Hopefully you can see what's happening here. Wow, this is a big one. Oh, very beautiful, very beautiful. Having this on a lazy Susan, I think that's what these things are called, it's just super easy to kind of maneuver around. Oh, gorgeous. You are gorgeous. Okay, I feel like I need a couple more fillers. Let me just grab some. And you know what? Some of these little branches are already kind of past their point of looking amazing, of being just fully wide and open, but I don't really care. We're gonna go this through here. There we go. Very nice. That will do it. Look at all these petals. Okay, the first update is about my ranunculus. Ranunculus, I have not had a very good experience with them so far. This is the first year that I tried them, and gotta be honest, they're not my favorite. The corms seem to be very prone to rot. Like, you look at them wrong and they just rot. I had a bunch of them that rotted inside, and by the time that I finally took them outside, which was about a month ago or so, quite a while, they just stood there and they just kind of rotted. I haven't put them anywhere where they need to go, but they just, my goodness, I honestly don't know that I'm going to try them again next year. Maybe I will, but they are so very picky. From all of the corms that I started, which were quite a bunch of them actually, from all the ones that I started, I think that I have like 4 or 5 left, like a ridiculously amount. I'm going to put those in a container. I'm going to give them a chance because they're survivors. That was the 3 pieces that I have are survivors, but I don't know that I'll try them again. And honestly, I don't know, I feel like they take too much work. And I know that a lot of you love, when I was starting those indoors, I know that a bunch of you said that you're gonna love them, they're amazing, and I agree. I mean, the pictures that I have seen of other gardeners growing them show they're amazing, but they're just, I don't know that if they're for me, honestly. Okay, so this is looking good. I want to get all of the leaves off from my lilacs. That's why I'm trying to like clean them up as I put them here. Oh, you guys, the smell is just out of this world. Very nice. Yes, that looks good. Okay, so my next update is about my seedlings. My seedlings are they're all doing great. I posted already a couple of videos about planting some things. I have quite a lot still to do. It's going to take me a while, but one of the seedlings that I am noticing that is struggling is my black eye Susan vines. If I had to choose one that is just not quite doing well, it will be those. They definitely did not like that I put them outside. They got a little bit burned, and I think they'll be fine, but they definitely look like they're struggling. I am not worried. They were very, very easy to start indoors, and that's definitely one that I'm going to try again next year. But they are definitely struggling right now. I actually have them a little bit on the shade. I'm still giving them some, but just very limited. And we'll see how they do. I think they will be fine. But everything else, all of my vegetables and flowers that I have outside, they're very, very happy outside. So I feel like this year, like I mentioned in another video, I feel like this year is definitely one that it has been the best as far as my seedlings go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. How cool is it that we can go outside and just cut the things that we want to use for our floral arrangements? Like, I didn't buy anything, well, other than the container, and yeah, that's about it. I wasn't sure how the light lavender and the gold were going to go together, but I think that this is great, you guys. And if I'm being honest, when I found this vase, my first reaction was, I am going to use that for dahlias, like a peach pink colored dahlias, and that's my plan. But when I saw that my beautiful lilacs were just doing so great as far as blooming, I just had to grab a few and put some together. All right, I also wanted to mention about my Clematis, my beautiful set of Purpurea plena elegans that I have covering the arbor. Actually, the arbor is like right on this side, and I make an update about a month ago that one of them looked like it had been, it was dead, and I blame that on the fact that we had some really crazy temperatures in December, and I lost a few things. Actually, I mentioned that on the video, and I thought that the one of the clematis on the one side was completely dead. I mentioned that I had a tiny bed sprout coming from the ground. The rest of the plant was dead. I mean, don't get me wrong, all of the vines on that plant were crispy. I removed them, I cleaned that arbor from it, and they were gone. There was no way those things were going to turn up green or they were going to do anything. But I am happy to say that there is some growth happening, and that thing is climbing slowly up the arbor, and I'm excited. I am definitely going to put something else there. I haven't figured out what yet, but I am just very happy that I didn't completely lose that clematis, because that clematis is absolutely one of my favorites. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I did not want to have to replace it or trying to find one the exactly same variety for planting another one there. So I'm excited that I didn't completely lose it, and very happy about that. All right, it's looking beautiful, you guys. Beautiful. So this piece right here, as you're looking at it, is going to be against a wall. So that's why on this back side of the arrangement, I'm not too worried about making it look beautiful. But I definitely want to make sure that the top is nice and full. Okay, also, you guys, I think that we're gonna have some beautiful blooms finally this year from my Harlequin honeysuckle. That's the one that it's going up on the arbor that my husband made for me. I planted that a couple of years ago. Last year it didn't really bloom. I blame it because my another volunteer vine. It was a Hyacinth vine was growing there. The vine decided just to grow there, and I let it, and I think that it just kind of completely shaded and took over that side. And I didn't have any blooms as far as my honeysuckle goes. But this year, my goodness, you guys, this year it is, I just love the look of it. The beautiful, beautiful pink blooms are looking like they're going to be amazing, and cannot wait to show you exactly how they look like if they come up. I was a little bit worried about it as well, because obviously the weather claimed quite a few of my plants, but this guy, it did not mind the temperatures. I think that it's just going to be a great vine. I don't know how big it will get though, because it doesn't look like it's growing quite fast, but I don't mind. I don't care. I am not in a rush. Isn't that beautiful? The beautiful variegated leaves was the main reason that attracted me to this vine, and I think that it goes amazing with the obelisk. So I have these guys here. These are sensational alliums. And yes, I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to cut some, but I think that the arrangement just called for it. Look at that. Aren't those so beautiful? These are just beautiful, and they're also blooming at this time of the year. I have them in a couple of places, and they're looking great. Let me see how I'm going to do this. I'm not really sure if I want them sticking out everywhere or on the sides. Oh, right here. Maybe not. Oh, yes. Look at that. If you guys make arrangements in your homes, you definitely have to get one of these Lazy Susans, you guys. I think that I got this a couple of years ago from TJ Maxx. The best money I have invested. Let's see. Oh my goodness, yes. I'm gonna make like a little bunch here on this side. But before we continue, are you guys enjoying this channel? Are you enjoying the content that I have been publishing lately? Well, do me a favor, share this video or any of my other videos that I have on my channel with a friend, with a group, with somebody that you think it might benefit from watching it. It supports my channel, and it also motivates me to make more videos. Okay, so I really have to show you this, you guys, because I feel like only other gardeners understand this. This right here is one of my snail vine seedlings that I germinated inside from seed. This is the only one. This is the only one that I pinch. The vine is just like so long. It needs to be somewhere planted. I bought the seeds from Baker Creeks, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to pinch them. Last year I didn't have any germination, so I really had no experience with them. But this year I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to pinch, you know, to promote more branches, more vines. So I contacted them, and they say that they didn't have enough data, and they couldn't really tell me, yes, do it because it helps, or no, don't do it because it doesn't help. So they say, whatever you decide to do, just let us know, right? So I decided to do the pinching on one, and I do have to say that I think that it really does help promote more vines. Not only that, but I also have I think that I have a couple more shoots coming from the ground after I pinch. So if you grow snail vine from seed, I think that you should definitely pinch your plant. And I left about 2 or 3 sets of true leaves before I pinch them, and I probably cut like this much. I probably cut a piece about 6 inches maybe. So when I did that, I decided, you know what, I am going to see if I can root the cutting that I took from it when I pinch. And that's what I did. And this little guy is the piece that I cut from this guy right here, and I put it in just regular potting mix. You know that I didn't use any seed starting mix this year, so everything that you see here is potting mix. I put it in a container, and I don't know if you can see that. But the beauty about these clear containers is that you can really see the roots. Hopefully you're able to see the roots. I have a bunch of roots coming from this cutting that I took from my snail vine. And the rest of the piece of the cutting that I took, it died. You can kind of see it there. But the little cutting is producing more and more. When I put this in here, it only had one tiny piece of leaves like this side. So these other two are just the growth that it has been happening. But isn't that amazing? So now hopefully I'll have another plant. I mean, I already have plenty, but isn't it cool that you can get a piece of cutting to germinate? I think it's really awesome. And as I am cutting the branches, I kind of have like an idea how tall they need to be, but I don't go too short because if I cut too much, and obviously I can add to it, but slowly I kind of guess how they're going to look. It probably needs to be on this side. And then if I just need to trim a little bit, then I'll just do that. Beautiful. Oh, just beautiful. Oh yes, I think that's it. I think this is it, you guys. Oh, this is just beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Do you have a place in your home where you think you could use this? Yes, they're going to shed a little bit of petals, especially this bridal wreath, but I don't care, you guys. I honestly do not care. This is just so, and I cannot emphasize how much all of these lilacs just smell. They are so amazing as far as the fragrance go. These are Korean lilacs. If you find a Korean lilac whenever you're out and about, definitely grab one for yourself. And my last update, because I think this is probably the coolest, you guys. This is a tomato plant. Well, in reality, I have two tomato plants here from one branch. I saw a video. YouTube recommended to me a video about grafting tomatoes. And people do it for so many reasons, because they really want to have the best performance plants they can get by combining two tomato plants, making a cut, combining them, and then having just one plant. But the video that I watched was this guy, and I'll try to put a link to his video. I know who he is. I can't remember his name, but I know who he is. He had one tomato plant that he grafted, and he had two different types of tomatoes, and he had some cherry tomatoes and a beefy tomato from one plant. And I thought that was like the coolest thing. Now, I did this, and I'll probably show this when I'm planting this tomato. I decided to sacrifice two of my tomato plants. I have Dr. Witches, which is the bottom, and I have Sun Gold on the top. I'm really excited to see how this plant is going to do. The video that I showed, this guy had the two harvesting cherries and beefy tomatoes from one plant, which I thought was really, really cool. So that was the only reason why I did this. That's the only reason why I sacrificed these two plants, because I wanted to see one, if it worked. And it's funny because about a week after I cut the plants and I put them together using these plastic clips, after doing that, the plant looked like it was dying. Like literally the whole plant was just like on the side. I thought, okay, I killed them. That, I try, oh well. But then after that, I just kept giving it water, and it just took off. So I know that one of these branches is Dr. Witches, and the top main branch is Sun Gold tomatoes. So very excited. I'm going to keep this guy in a container because I want to see how it does. Have you guys done any grafting of any plant? Because I know that you do a lot of that with fruit trees, but I didn't know that you could do that with tomatoes. I guess I learned something this year, but isn't that cool? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that I answered a few of your questions that you guys have had in the past. I am very, very excited for this gardening season, you guys. I am just left and right planting seedlings, cleaning up, mulching, watering. I am living my best life. I hope that you guys are enjoying your gardens as well. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next video.